Hello. I am making this video just because I want to keep up with my vlogging habit. I don't really have much on my mind to say, but I will just say what comes to mind with the free thought exercise again. I'm doing kind of good today, like decently okay. I yeah, I got to see a couple of friends. Well, one of them is the girl that I like from church, and we played some games, some card games at A&W, and it was funny because I didn't go to church this morning because I went yesterday. Like, I went to the Saturday at 5 Mass instead of the Sunday morning Mass, which I usually go to, and people were asking about me, apparently, where I was. And I was like, well, I was just at Sunday Mass. And I said, oh, was Tina asking about me? And Tina's like this lovely old lady. And, yes, she had been. And I was like, oh, do you still want to go visit Tina with me? I said to my the girl from church that I like, but she doesn't. I don't think she knows I like her yet. Well, I don't know, but because I haven't really said it, but she said, yeah, we can do that, and I said, oh, okay, yeah, Tina's so lovely, and because there was another friend there who doesn't go to church. And then I looked behind me, and Tina was literally sitting in the booth just behind us, like at the table just behind us. So I was like, oh. I was pretty surprised to see Tina right there. But I was just like, I thought it was funny. And so let's see, we played card games, and that was fun. I did notice that I kind of like, well, I think one of my friends was a little bummed, a little down maybe, about not taking any leaps recently, which is what they said. They hadn't done that in a while. So I guess they're thinking about that, about doing big life things like a leap, like doing something big in your life, I guess. And yeah, but I just said we support you, and let's see. I did notice my friend's eye. I just have been noticing people's eyes, like around their eyes. Some people's eyes look a little discolored, and honestly, I don't know what that is. But I kind of like, I possibly think, like I not possibly think, I think it could possibly be something that is going around, like, I don't know, some kind of condition or something, because I feel like I've seen it in my eyes where around my eyes like is kind of discolored, the skin, and I've seen it in somebody, well, a couple people at church actually, older people, and I just don't know what that is, but I just notice it, and I just wanted to make a record of it, and I recorded a video of it in my face, but I noticed the lighting was really bad, so you couldn't totally see what I was talking about. But anyway, it's just something I've been noticing, and I don't know why exactly I notice all this different stuff, but I do notice different stuff, and I think talking about it is really important, like staying silent with stuff that you notice is really hard. Like, it can feel really, like, it can make things like way more amplified, scary than maybe they actually are. But I've also noticed that sharing stuff has been difficult too, because sometimes people aren't as receptive to what you're saying, and kind of make you feel not good about sharing what you notice. But I do think that noticing stuff, like what you notice, like it's gonna happen. You're gonna notice stuff, but having like a person or people or a space to just share it is really important, I think. It's so important, I think. And it's something I haven't had, which is why I've felt pretty lonely for sure. Just not having people to talk to, and like everybody is like, I don't know, absorbed into their own world on their phone or their internet or whatever. Oh yeah, I brought up the Elon Musk Doge auditing thing, and of course one of my friends said that's crazy, or like was saying like that it's like they're not qualified or something, like the way they're doing it is wrong. But I defended it, and I said like it's a good thing. And I also said it would be great if Canada could become the 51st state. Like, I'm in support of that. I would like that. I think that'd be a good thing, to be honest. I just think Canada as a country has like got serious problems with identity. And for some reason it's like, yeah, it's probably gotten worse. I feel like in Canada people are like on edge or pissed off, or like they're really high pitched when they talk, and they're really like nervous about speaking on some things. Like, people are really defensive and careful with what they say, like in a way that's not healthy. You know what I mean? Like, you can be careful with what you say, but I don't think the reason that people are careful with what they say is like a healthy one. I think they're careful with what they say because they think like, I don't know, they're like, I don't like using the word insane, but they're like afraid of they're like laughing at something that isn't, like laughing at stuff that's crazy all the time, or that they say is crazy. And like, I don't know, I just think that the social manipulation and the psychological operations, I'm not even sure, I'm pretty sure those are a real thing, and large scale social deception or whatever, like I think all of those things have affected people, like, yeah, to the point where it's just like people don't trust each other as much anymore and aren't as just like at ease, you know? So like, I think it's made following a script kind of more the norm, and people are more individualistic and like in their own bubble too. And I don't know, I think that is kind of crazy. Like, it's like some Brave New World type of stuff. emotion, like trying to control emotions rather than just like allow them to move like freely and like healthily, like positive. Everything being positive all the time is not healthy. And like it's gotten so bad because now people understand, or more people are into and understand framing, and so they I'm just kind of using a general thought. I don't know exactly, but it's just sort of generally what I think is that more people are, well, doing what they've always done, but now using framing as a part of it, and kind of like coming to these different conclusions about making everything positive. Like everything has to have a positive outcome or something like that. And personally, I do think that life has a positive outcome, but I think it's important the reason why, and my reason is God, my reason is Jesus Christ, and all that's in the Bible is why I think that there is a positive outcome. But like I do think we suffer. Like some people suffer way more than other people, I think, but I think that everybody will suffer at some point. I don't know, it's just bothered me for a long time, feeling like things are scripted and like not feeling like things are natural. Like that really bothers me. I think like because it's kind of like delusion, like, or it can get to that point of like delusion, and I mean excuse me, that's kind of where we're at a little bit. I think like I just think that if we're not honest, then other people don't have something honest to react to or to like respond to. And so I think that it's really bad when people can't be honest. And there's like so many things that I've like not said because of my own fears and my own traumas. But I mean, I just think that in general, it's also our culture in Canada is like conflict averse or adverse, like won't talk about conflict or like won't engage in conflict, yet everyone will spectate and like, you know, talk about conflict via proxy. By that I mean that either through gossip or gets kind of complicated, but by conflict in the future. I heard this by talking about like conflict as if it were in the future, and like I heard this good quote. Well, I thought it was a good quote by I think it was like Sad Guru, but he said that, and I don't subscribe to everything he says. I only hear certain things by him, and this was just like one thing I heard from an old interview. I didn't even watch the whole thing, but he said that most people are in a state of fear about future suffering. They're suffering because of fear of future suffering. Yeah, which was actually kind of, it was a pretty good one. I thought it was a pretty good one because I thought it was, you know, accurate and pretty true. But like, yeah, we will suffer, I think, at some point, and like you get to choose, like that's kind of the beauty of it, of your life, of our lives, my life. I get to choose, you get to choose what you want to suffer for, and like how you want to suffer. And like, I mean, if you're going to suffer, at least you get to choose. And it's not like you're just going to suffer. There's also good parts to life too. And like I said, depending on who you are, like extroverts are more happy generally, and I think people lower on neuroticism are more happy generally. Well, obviously, because neuroticism is the personality trait associated with negative moods. So like for instance, I would be high on neuroticism, and I'm kind of low on extrovert. Yeah, I'm low on extroversion too, so which would mean I'm more introverted. Even though I like, eh, I still like, introverts still like socialization. We just prefer it kind of in a different way, I guess. But like I like more like getting into like a nice topic and discussing a topic. I find that to be a nice way of socializing, or doing something together. I find is really nice. I guess, yeah, it's just kind of how it is a little bit for me. And but excuse me, you will, like, people will suffer. I think it would be odd to not think that we will, but we get to choose how we're gonna suffer, and what for. And like I choose to suffer for Jesus, and I choose to suffer for my future family, and I choose to suffer for good things, like what's right, like suffer for God, like I like this guy, Bryce Crawford, who says that if I'm going to be anyone's fool, I'll be a fool for Jesus. I like that a lot. Because yeah, no one wants to be mocked or made a fool of, like, or teased or put down. Like, I got bullied so much throughout my life, and yeah, that's really tough. But when people bully you for things that, like, you can't control, that kind of, like, one, it makes them real jerks, like huge jerks, and two, it's like you didn't choose that. So it's like, if it's your appearance, like something about your appearance you can't control, and like, yeah, I don't know. Bullies are just so mean. But I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling a bit. But let's see, what else did I do today? And then I went to the store. I got some food, and I played video games with my brother. We're playing Fallout 76. He's really into it, and I like playing too. And right, I talked to a new doctor this morning. It was kind of a bad call, but to be honest, I knew it was gonna be. There was a huge chance it would be a bad call, but it was still kind of a bad call. I just don't like how he like said like you have to choose like this. You're in the driver's seat, and he's like it's not good for society for everyone to be on long-term disability. Like, I know. Obviously, I'm not stupid. Like, that was I don't think he should have said that. Like, he was. It was true, though. And he said that basically that was the government's position or whatever to get people back to work. And it's like, I know that. But at the same time, I'm sick. Like, he's like saying if you could go back to work or if you feel too mentally unwell. And I was like, well, I kind of came here, like, I kind of am talking to doctors for the reason of getting information about, like, help, like, for my health. And I am not really sure what I should do. Like, I'd work if I could, like, but I think I might have to go back to work anyway. Actually, I am not sure what I'm going to do, but I think, like, that's kind of what it's going to be, is go back to work. And I don't know, because I could move back to the city I'm from, because, like, I live in a small town, and I moved here for work, and it has just been so hard. I thought it would be easy, is the crazy thing, but, like, I moved from a cheaper province, like, more inexpensive to live province, to one of the most expensive to live provinces, and to a small rural town. And it has been so hard. Like, I didn't think things would be so choked. Like, socially choked, free speech choked. The people just, like, kind of weird, honestly. And to be honest, I mean, I guess, it's a part of, like, growing up. Independence, it's a part of that. It's learning. It's like a life lesson. But, I mean, it more or less has been really hard on me, and my mental health went way down. Like, I wasn't expecting my mental health to be so bad. I knew I had problems. Like, I knew I had mental health problems. I just didn't expect them to get so bad. And I did not expect the workplace to be so toxic. Like, super toxic and super mismanaged. We had 7 different supervisors in the time that I was there in 15 months. And it's just so ridiculous. And, like, I don't know. That job is so hard. So hard. And I don't believe in all this DEI LGBTQ protect trans kids stuff. Like, I just don't. Like, that's not how I believe. But yet it's pushed everywhere. And, like, there's rainbow flags everywhere. And it's like everyone is super intolerant of intolerance or something. And everyone is stressed out. And there's, like, staffing issues like crazy. And there's, like, so much overlap between agencies and poor integration between agencies trying to do the same thing. It's like just like issue on top of issue on top of issue on top of issue. It's like, holy cow, that's a lot of issues. And so it's a cumulative thing. It's cumulative stress. And they were treating me like I was oh, great. I can hear my neighbors upstairs moaning. I don't like the thin walls. I'm just gonna put some music on.